Good afternoon. My name is Zach Johns. I'll be talking about the decision facing State Farm regarding the driving box they're offering. So basically, State Farm is saying they have this technology they can put in your car, can track how well you drive. Um, Essentially, the problem with that is it also will track where you're going to be driving. So a lot of people have privacy issues with that. They're thinking, well, if they can track where I'm going, who are they going to be sharing this information with? How do I know that my information is going to stay private? Do I even want anyone knowing this kind of thing besides, people close to me? That's a privacy issue. That's understandable. So the advantage to that is that they're offering deals. Say if you're a good driver, then 50, not as much as 50%, as much as 50%, but likely you'll start off with smaller discounts depending on how well you drive. And if you're a bad driver, there are no negative impacts. It does not hurt your insurance fee. So the options that State Farm, who is offering this, is faced with is either so stop doing this. For the sake of privacy, it makes a lot of customers uncomfortable, even though it's an option, it's not required. And an excess, they think the customers might think that an excess of individual information is required. Or they could keep doing what they're doing. Just we have to consider the factors here. State Farm is well known as a very customer-friendly insurance company. That's a big focus of their marketing. And if a customer is uncomfortable with that, then do they make it universal that they don't do it, that they don't offer this, or do they make it just it's just an option as it is right now? So the advantages or the pros to this are it's a choice. They're not forced to do it. You can get the discounts if you're a good driver. If you're a bad driver, there's no negative discounts. Personally, I can understand the issue of you might not want the technology of an insurance company, not the car company, not your own technology in the car, tracking where you're going, what you're doing, but that's just a little bit of paranoia. It's kind of silly to worry about. So what are our options alternatively? Is there something we can do with this drive? The program is called Drive Safe and Save program. So what are our options other than that? So besides just not having it, like what it still accomplishes this same objective, some other things we could use other technology like a phone app, and the phone app could do everything that the box does, but the customer would have more control. Say, well, I don't want them to know what I'm doing today. Well, just leave your phone at home, However, it's not quite as effective for the company. Or they just delete the app. It just gives the customer more options there. Another option is without the technology at all, you could do a similar program based off of traffic citations. But again, that's not quite as effective for the company because you don't get caught every time you go speeding, every time you go past a stop sign. You don't get caught every time you're driving erratically on the road, texting and driving. You're not going to get caught by some cop and get a traffic citation. However, it would be the same idea and accomplish something of the same thing. And that's something about the texting and driving app I was talking about earlier. Not the texting and driving, the phone app. If you're texting and driving, that's something the phone app could monitor as well. And then a final option, one that seems really nice to me, is a similar device that doubles as a GPS, so that the customer feels that there's more advantage to what they're doing. They're not just handing this information over. They're like, well, we're getting not only deals but also a GPS out of it as well. And I would choose that GPS option personally, but I understand the issue with privacy, and it's a difficult, complicated issue, but that is what I think. Thanks.